Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video. Now, just a fun fact for you guys. This is actually the third time that I'm recording this video because the first two parts were just a mess and they just didn't work. Either the sound wasn't working or the video wasn't working. So hopefully this time it'll work. But anyways, today's topic is going to be about what is my general opinion of the red pill. Right, so for those of you who aren't familiar with the red pill, it's an idea that comes from the movie The Matrix, which first came out in 1999. And the basic premise of it is that basically you have two options. To take the blue pill, which means that you are going to continue living your life just like the average person is going to live their life, and ignorance is bliss. Or take the red pill, which entails that your eyes are going to be open and there are going to be layers and layers that are going to be peeled that originally you wouldn't have seen in your state of bliss and ignorance. And so it entails understanding reality as it is instead of reality as you were told it was or how you want it to be. So this comes from The Matrix. Obviously, the character Morpheus offers the blue pill or the red pill to this character named Neo. So it's a very interesting movie. Definitely check it out. It's a franchise. It lasted until 2003. And I think there was a remake of it too that came out recently, but I don't think it did very well as well as the original ones. So the red pill for dating, for men in particular, is a subreddit that started back in the early to mid 2000s. And the point was to help men, particularly younger men, in their 20s and in their 30s, to understand female nature and what attracts women to the opposite gender. And these ideas range from self-help to development to building confidence, building social status, things like that. So it started off with like a pickup artist kind of vibe, and it evolved into more of a self-development / coaching, dating for men, particularly younger men, but any man can obviously use those concepts to apply in his own life. So a lot of women might push back and say, well, why do men care about attracting most women? So why is it that these red pill guys or this red pill philosophy, for example, in existence when in reality every woman is different? You can't just lump all women in the same category. Just be yourself, be confident, and somebody out there is going to like you. And it sounds nice, but in reality, this works in the favor of most women, this kind of advice, but not in the favor of most men. And so there needed to be a sort of group where men can understand what really works based on the success of other men. What they did, what are the principles and techniques that they applied in order to attract women. And it can seem deceptive, but really it is not deceptive, because teaching someone to be better at something does not mean that that person ceases to be genuine or authentic. They're just presenting themselves with their best foot forward, the best version of themselves. The pushback comes because there is some toxicity in that community, and that is what I noticed. And when it engages in us versus them and perpetuates the gender war that was started mostly by feminists, modern day feminists. So a lot of these radical red pill guys will try to play the same game by antagonizing women, and the same way how a lot of feminists try to antagonize men. And a lot of these people who do those things are generally grifters. They're not genuinely interested in helping men or women. Understanding the nature of men and women, whether you're a man or a woman, is good depending on how you use that information, right? So there needs to be a general guideline that both genders can follow in order to know the broad characteristics that men and women value. But saying things like everyone is different or it depends on the person doesn't really do much in the beginning stages because you don't even understand the basics. So I definitely feel more positive towards the ideology of bettering men, but I do not feel positive about antagonizing men or women and pitting them against each other, whether it's red pill guys doing it or feminists doing it. And it makes sense to build yourself up, to become the best version of yourself, and to make things more efficient and easier for you in the long run instead of making them more difficult. So my goal and hope is not to divide men and women, but it's actually to bring them together. And that is why I inform myself about these concepts, and I have found them to be actually quite helpful. So this is just my opinion on this topic in a general sense. Maybe I'll make other videos where I can go into more detail about some of these things and how backed up they are by either scientific data or anything else, and how logically consistent or inconsistent they are. I hope this was helpful to you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.